Check out the latest episodes of the Game Changers podcast, where the mic stays hot and the conversation remains authentic. Join us for insightful discussions that challenge the status quo and inspire change. The next episode is coming soon. Tune in or risk being left behind. Don't miss out on the compelling stories and deep expert insights. Stay connected and ensure you're in the loop. Stay locked in.
What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of the Game Changers podcast. Today, we're about to be going in talking about the YFN Lucci situation and, what he felt. We're going to go into a snippet and how he is going to explain, and him kicking his homeboy out during the drill, the whole situation why he ended up getting locked up for. So I think Boss Man Jay got the video. So we're going to run through that real quick, and then we're going to come in with our opinions on it.
2020, what comes in your mind?
The day that changed my life, basically. A lot of people been talking about, how I threw my partner out of the car, but it was never that. You know what I'm saying? Like at the time, first off, 90% of the world they ain't never even been that. They ain't never witnessed nobody. So all this going on at one time, I look back, my partner he not. So we get out of the car, we trying to pick him up. But, you see, as you know, I was little then.
And you was small?
Yeah, I was little. He was about my size, a little bigger. So we trying to put him back in the car. And, he heavy. It's that weight, you feel me? And we don't know if these niggas finna keep that up. We don't know what's going on. We don't know police over here. We don't know. We just scrambling, you feel me? Mind racing, heart racing, adrenaline just pumping. So we just laying down, and we pulled out, but it wasn't damn, we left out, we throw him out the car. We didn't throw him out the car. We just couldn't help him. We couldn't save him.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, life or death situation, life or death, they in the streets, they doing their thing, and you got to think, you have to think on a split second. Obviously, it's going to be a lot of split opinions, and some people are going to think they lame as hell for leaving them there. Some people going to understand that, hey, maybe they had to. All I can say is I wasn't there. I'm not there. I don't know. I can only go off of the story in which this man is saying. And for what this man is saying, they didn't kick him out. Supposedly, they didn't do all that. He was dead
So how the
weight.
fuck you got out of the car in the first place?
Bro,
Yeah.
hold on, bro. Hold on. No, bro, no. Here's where I call bullshit. Because, bruh, you remember when this shit first happened? It was a woman who called 911. And she said they throwed him out the car, nigga.
Oh.
And left him. She said it as soon as it happened, bro. Ain't no getting around that. They say y'all throw him out the car. And another part of this is y'all niggas doing a drill in a luxury vehicle. What the hell is you niggas thinking, bruh? And then, the off chance the man do get hit, now you rushing and scrambling and you don't know what to do. Bro, your ass should have been your ass at home. You ain't no driller, nigga. Obviously.
I fuck with Lucci, but he on some bullshit right now. That's straight bullshit. How the fuck he get out the car in the first place? So we just laid him down and dead work. Wait, so how did he get out? I know he ain't get hit and then just decide he gonna step out the car on his own and fall.
I mean, if we listening to that 911 call, man, I could be mistaken, but the woman said they threw him out the car. That's where we got that story from. We didn't get that from the police. The police wasn't there.
Okay, so hearing that piece of information, which I wasn't hip to that. I'm just going off what he's saying right there. I wasn't hip to that information. Now, knowing that I witnessed him throwing them out the vehicle, it just comes off now that he's trying to save face. Then essentially, he's not trying
he full
to.
of shit.
Yeah, he want to save face, and he don't want to look a certain way because he has an image to uphold. All these rappers do when it comes to if you coming from the street angle, you coming from the gangster, the hustler image, then you want to protect that. We already seen what Young Thug has done. Young Thug has went on a marathon of bullshit to protect what he feels like he needs to protect. Now, obviously, YFN Lucci is not in that category today. He wasn't, he's not. This is just this one situation right here, right? But still, he still has a image to uphold. So by him saying, "Oh no, we didn't," it wasn't us kicking him out. It was us just trying to, we had to get up, we had to get up out of there. You know what I'm saying? So to me, it seems like he's trying to lay it down softly. He's trying to be like, "Oh no, man, we just had to, we couldn't take him no more because he didn't want to look like the messed up person. Yeah, we kicked that nigga out. That nigga
Yeah,
wasn't
but
no
just be
shit.
honest. Just be honest, nigga. Y'all panicked. Y'all didn't want to get caught. Y'all
Mm-hmm.
knew he was done. What else you gonna do with him? You dropped him. Point blank. Period. Like no need of lying and trying to say that we didn't do this or we didn't do that when it's clear as day that y'all did.
Yeah.
How
Do
else
we
did he get out the
remember
fucking
the
car?
classic movie? Do we remember the classic movie Boys in the Hood? Where
Let
where the
me
man
out.
told him,
Let me out, though.
hey, no. When he said, that nigga dead. Yo,
And that's exactly what it was. Oh shit.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Because he said
but like
they
that
went to
Popeye
do a
said,
drill. The drill was over with.
Yeah.
oh, they ended the drill. They ended that drill with a drill.
Yeah, so y'all didn't want to have to take him to the hospital because y'all didn't want to be seen with the body. So y'all dumped him. It just so happened that some nosy lady was out, I'm pretty sure she was white, was outside. And she seen the shit. Called the police.
The 911 call, I think she was black. 911 call was a black lady.
Oh, so she's, yeah, even worse. So yeah,
you know how them
they
country folk be. You know how country folk be when they be like, they probably didn't throw him, but that's the word we use in the South. Oh yeah, he got thrown out. He got thrown out.
yeah, like he said, he
thrown
was heavy. It was dead weight. So it took us a while to get him out the car. It didn't look like we dropped him hard, but he slipped. The motherfucker was heavy. Yeah, they drug him out that motherfucker. They ain't throw him out. They drug him out. And he was too heavy for their ass, so they dropped him. That man gonna say we didn't throw him out. So how else did he get out the fucking car?
Oh game, man. But YFN Lucci did get a lot of love from the hip hop community. They saying he was a real one because he didn't snitch on his partners, and all YSL started snitching. So as soon as YSL started snitching, of course the internet started comparing YSL to YFN. And YFN had a lot of guys plead out, but I don't think they just had a lot of snitches. Definitely not as much as YSL.
It better man to me because we doing time together. Fuck y'all. I'm telling you. Well, about myself. Call me what you want to call me. Shit.
Yeah, I think honestly, just with the whole Atlanta scene, with this whole situation with YSL and YFN, I think it's really just going to. I know we spoken on this like on the couple of the thug shows that we had, or one of the thug shows that we had, but it's just steering a lot of people away from connecting themselves to the street so much because man, these dudes is looking goofy, man. Not necessarily why Lucci and everything. He's still trying to cover himself, but I mean the thug situation just it really make you wonder: do y'all really want to connect yourself to the street so much when y'all are making music? I don't think even though Jeezy did it and Gucci did it, I feel like in them days it was still more about the music. Even though Jeezy was like, I'm not a rapper, I'm not a he used to say all that back in the day and really push how heavy he was in the streets. But I still feel like they was so much more music oriented. Now it's like, man, people trying to prove they in the street so much they wind up in these situations right here. I feel like this Atlanta situation, all these guys is the most goofy street connected stuff to rap ever. It might be number one because everybody trying their hardest to show how street they are, and it's just looking lame. It's just like I don't know. It's
I
probably the
knew
lamest
it
Yeah,
shit.
was
that day they
something.
all snitch.
Yeah, it's just looking
I
like
knew
the
it was
lamest.
something when Young Thug is the boss kingpin. Like, oh, bruh.
Yeah, I
Like
mean, just
y'all niggas can't be
look
solid.
how
Ain't no way.
goofy the interview he had with Big Bank was. He had more goofy highlights that everybody done turned into memes and reels. From the whoopty doo to the the watch all the stuff he done did. Nobody really took Buddy seriously in the interview, in my opinion. Like he was getting
No,
laughed
the
at
interview
more
didn't
than
do him a lot of good. The interview didn't
But I
do him a
don't
lot
like
of
the
good at
interview
all.
asking Lucci that question though. Lucci should have just shoot that question up though. He shouldn't even spoke on that.
yeah, he didn't need to. He's like,
You know what
I'm
I'm
really not
saying?
trying to get into that because he could have played it like you said. Now you said Nick, he could have played it very player and just moved it to the side and had Gilly and Waller asking some other stuff. He never had to go off into all that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
he could
But
have
that's
really
their
just,
problem. They always feel like they gotta explain themselves to try to
and
keep
that's why I say
what
this has
image
to
they
be.
got.
Yeah, it's
Like, it's-
some of the most goofy stuff I've seen with street related stuff in a rapper. I mean, AR Rad from Philly, but he's not as known. You have to be in the hip hop and be all off in the underground rap to kind of know dude. But he kind of had a goofy, his whole affiliation with the streets and him trying to prove how street he was while he was rapping, and he ends up
Too
getting
much.
locked up. It's just
Mm-hmm.
like that whole like trying to prove how street you are. Like, okay, I get it. Like you want your hood or wherever you come from to,
Incredible.
yeah, you want to be credible. You want to be, you want to be reputable. You want people to salute you for where you from. I understand that, but I think you better off just making the music, and because once you get that one hit, once you own, who are you proving anything to? Doug didn't need to do any of that with YSL running around Atlanta. He really did not need to do that. He could have stayed in the booth, made his music, let other people go around and do all that. You had Gunna. Look what Gunna was doing. Look what Gunna was continue to do. You have the golden goose in your corner. You don't need to play the street, bro. Y'all are getting rap checks. You know what I'm saying?
And we can
Y'all
look
make
elsewhere in the entertainment industry and in the rap game. Uh, G Herbo right now, his hood has banned him from the hood. Like, they saying he don't do nothing for the hood or this and that. So
yeah,
now they banned
but
him from his hood. But Lil
right.
Durk just got a RICO for staying in his hood and still trying to be connected to
bro,
his
that
hood. So
that
Right.
damn
shit's
if you
so
do, damn if
stupid
you
to
don't.
me, bro.
Right.
How you gonna ban somebody because they ain't? But like, it's a bunch of young niggas that want people to give them something. Niggas don't want to work for that. You want something given to you. It ain't because he ain't did that for the hood. It's because he ain't do what fucking King Von did and broke bread with all you motherfuckers.
And
That's why you want
and
to ban.
I'm sure Herb did that. I'm sure Herbo did that. I'm sure he did that.
Exactly, but
But
that man got a
Yeah,
family.
he been out for 10, 12 years at this
yeah, he
point.
been out a
So
minute. Yeah,
so
yeah,
he been doing something. And for
yeah,
y'all to just now ban him in 2025, you
yeah.
know,
He's not
Yeah,
going
and
and
there
then
he
to
and
the
stopped
place
and
feeding
where
them
being
young
a,
everybody don't
niggas.
want to go.
yeah. He ain't
What's the other
he's
one
not being
name? What's his name? Lil Bibby.
yeah, Bibby. Yeah, Bibby went Bibby went to the executive side. He found Juice
He,
World and he
exactly.
he he got
Mm-hmm.
up out of he did what Chief Keef did, but on the executive side. Once he knew he got that
Yeah.
bag, see, Keith and Bibby are probably the smartest out the whole drill movement. Because as soon as they got that money, they left all that hood stuff to the side. Not saying that they might not slide. Bibby don't slide back through there sometimes. He might slide back through there a little bit, but he more on the business side. He understood it was a business. Once these guys that come from the hood for real, really come from them areas, really came up out that culture and really did all those things, once they figure out it's a business and they can leave that behind, they gone. They don't need to be around. What they need to be around the way for? What does Herb need to be over around the way for? What he need to be back in Southside Chicago? What he need to be back over there for? I think that's a part of Chicago from. What he need to be back? He don't need to be. So him getting banned, what's it really gonna do for him? It's not gonna do nothing. Cause they not
Exactly.
buying his they not streaming. What's the song that went viral? The one that
Went
he just
legit.
dropped this last year, that went viral, the big song he had.
Went legit.
Yeah, like that ain't because they not about to his hood ain't about to stream it, keep streaming it. He getting streams around the world. You got to think business wise, and that's the problem I think right now. That's why I say like to tie it back to YFN Lucci, just think business, bro. Don't sit there and try to prove how hood you is and this and that and the other. Just go and make the music, because like Nick said, you should have just skipped that question. Cause y'all getting too caught up in y'all image. That's what's gonna throw y'all off.
And
That's
now
what's
he
go-
done
I don't
tainted his
like the fact
image.
that he. I don't like the fact that he was trying to put it up to like, oh well, 99% of people ain't never been shot at, never been it. Nigga, it
yeah.
don't
Stop
matter.
trying to
Your
yeah.
ass is
See
out there.
yeah,
Like
trying to
nigga, that ain't
prove
shit. Like you already to prove that you was a stand up nigga, that you stood tall in the
right,
face of it all. So why why
right,
why speak on something that like man? I would have like, bro. Next question. I ain't talking about this shit.
exactly. Cause you basically what you're doing is you're messing your own good narrative up.
That's what I'm saying. He tainted it on down here. But that goes back to shit. These niggas got something to prove for what? Nigga, I'm rich.
For
I don't give a fuck what
And that
y'all think
man
about
got
me.
family
Fuck
too.
y'all.
exactly, exactly, and I think a lot of these guys, they need to take a page out of NBA YoungBoy book. Because NBA YoungBoy got locked up for different situations. He was on house arrest, but NBA YoungBoy had a strong fan. He got a strong fan base, stronger than probably damn near any rapper out right now. Besides like the biggest rappers, you know what I'm saying? The biggest, I would say maybe Kendrick, and obviously we know Drake's went down, but still, his fan base is loyal. And NBA YoungBoy didn't tour for years. He didn't tour. He didn't do nothing. He was on house arrest forever up there in Utah. All he did was just release music, and he didn't do no antics. He didn't do no other extra stuff. He just was him. And once he got on tour, look how they done flooded this man's shows. And this is all off of just music and people rocking with his music. He didn't have to do no antics. He didn't have to go on those streamers stuff. He dude ain't have to do nothing. He just got to go rap. And you do not see that in this
I
generation.
give
Most
you
people got a gimmick. Most people got a gimmick. They got to show you how tough they is, how it is. And not saying that he don't have the street element to him and reason why they rocking with him, because he is the king of the YNs. Everybody know that. Like he the king of the Y. Everything they do is basically based off Buddy. But still, to me, it's just music. He's focused on the music and he wants to put the music out. He got a lot of music. He got a lot of songs, and that's what you need to focus on. Because even in this picture right here with Vaughn in the back, Vaughn was all about the streets and all these young niggas want to run around and be Vaughn, right? Because that was damn near that young boy was out when Vaughn was out, but Vaughn kind of took that leap a little bit where they all wanted to be like Vaughn, right? But Vaughn's was still focused on the music, bro. His shit was really about the music, even though it was his
Yeah,
image.
well,
His music was what really captivated the fans. His storytelling and his songs, they really loved his storytelling and songs. So all these artists that do come with a street angle, come with a gangster image or a hustler image, you still gotta have quality records and quality music. And we're seeing that with Young Thug. Young Thug dropped this bogus album with him face being whitewashed. I know we don't got the visual for that, but he's whitewashed on his cover, like he got his skin bleached, and he got these crazy songs on there, like he's trying to do some shock value. Like, bro, don't nobody want to hear that. We want to hear the music that put you on, the music that got you to have people like you. And I think that's where YFN comes in, YFN Lucci comes in and clears Thug. And clears a lot of artists because he got some good tracks. He got some good music. So he can actually get out here like Gunna did. Yeah. Gunna, he could come out there like Gunner did and go right to the music. YFN can he could drop the tracks people gonna listen to. I know he can get a lot of the females on his side, and when you get the females liking your music, you really never go nowhere. Because women is always gonna support you. He one of them artists I think he get a lot of female fans. So YFN Lucci, he don't need to try to explain that. I don't think he should have did that in that interview. He should have just focused on the music and used these interviews to focus on his music. Take the gunner route, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Make quality music that people
Right.
want to listen to. So then you stay around, you have a career, you can feed your family, and you don't look like a goofball like Young Thug.
For real though.
You
For
know what
real. Well
I'm
But
said though.
Papa said he
Well
sitting up
said.
that line.
Everything you
Papa said
said
he
was
up that
straight on.
line though.
saying?
You ain't
Say
had to
I
what?
tell
ain't
us
worried
that
about what
line.
he's saying. I ain't drawing too much into what he was saying. I don't even like to question myself. Asking him that question bothered me more than him answering that. You know what I mean?
But he's
Uh,
just
That's
doing
as
his
far as
job
the
as an interviewer.
territory.
This is what the people want to hear. He doing his job.
I mean,
This is what he was supposed to do.
I
It
mean,
was up to YFN
I'm
Lucci
not, true,
to cut that shit
true,
short.
true, true. Yeah, for sure though.
Like he giving his
And back to
fans what
one
they
point
want.
Norm had made when he made the point about how rappers image should be if they living by that street code and thing. And you said NBA young boy. I think it was Starlito though. You know what I'm saying? The way, although he ain't famously known though, but
yeah.
and like you know what I'm saying, he got a criminal history. I ain't trying to brag on, but like saying, but trying to put his business out there. But he been known in the papers. He done shot folk. You know what I'm saying, and did his thing though. But
Allegedly.
you know what I'm saying, the way he stayed low key though, but he still keep his whole persona real low key, but he's still able to move without being even noticed. I mean, however it is, but yeah.
But
And just
once
still keep
again,
it G on
that
and
kind of
still be able to keep it G at the same time though. It's, you know what I'm
right.
saying?
I think that ties in the point I was making with Jeezy and the older trap rappers, because he come from that era, he come from that time, and he kept working and working, and obviously people know him with Don Tripp and the Step Brother stuff, but the people that know him know he's been rapping forever. You know what I'm saying? Like you obviously are he been rapping for a long time, but he come from that era where people didn't necessarily have to prove themselves as much. I feel like the older generation of rappers, even though they come from the same type of the same type of areas, the same type of imagery, and they giving the same messages, they didn't have to prove themselves as
True.
much as today, where everything is just based off of, like, they want to know, like, rappers now, it's like, we gotta know that you done went to prison, you done had X amount of bodies. We want to feel like you
Basically, you
really
gotta be
done.
on camera. You gotta
Yeah,
be
like, we
on
want to
camera.
know that we want to know that you did it. Like, you had to already been in trouble. Like, boy, you better have got locked up damn near 20 years before
Documented.
you came and dropped the album, before we
I'm
fuck
a
with you.
film. I'm a film it for you. I'm a
Yeah,
film it for you, you can see.
right, right. Whereas we're coming from, yeah, okay, we don't know where this person come from, we don't know their background, but we're talking about the music. When they get in the booth, they lay these songs down. Do we like the music? And then if we like the music and then we see the
Then
artist,
we'll check into your background.
right, then we gonna,
Yeah, you right.
you know what I'm saying? Whereas now we want to just know, man, we don't give a damn if you rap good, boy. Did you unalive him or did you not? You know what
How
I'm saying?
many bodies you got?
And like,
You
nigga,
know what I mean?
show me your body count resume. I don't care
Yeah,
nothing about what you saying.
yeah, exactly. I don't care if you have good 16s. I don't care if you got replay value. I don't care if I don't care about any of that. I just want to know if you the real, are you on demon time or you're not? You know what I'm saying? And that's why
And
the
then
quality of the music is where it's at now. This is why so many songs that we grew up in our generation have been remixed by the newer generation, because they not being creative. They not doing certain things that they should do to make people more interested. This is why the BET Awards has been canceled, Hip Hop Awards been canceled, because there's not enough innovation by a lot of the artists that's coming up. So that's why it'd be good to
And
see people like YFN Lucci and Young Thug and these guys that have the
but
platform, that have the fans. Y'all go in the booth and make some quality music. We
but
tired, you know what I
also
mean?
you can't have no award show because half of these young motherfuckers out here beefing with each other. What you gonna do? Have your award show shot up? Cause that's
Yeah,
what's gonna happen.
yeah. That's one thing. But we had the East Coast West Coast war in the '90s.
Yeah,
We
but
had
we
people.
we all know besides Biggie and Tupac, we all know that was all talk, all you know what I'm saying, for
Yeah,
shock
there was a
value.
lot of more entertainment behind it. A lot of
Yeah, now
people.
you gotta take what these young motherfuckers say at heart. Cause they mean it.
Yeah,
They get these drugs in their system, man, and they feel like they invincible. And they feel
yeah,
like they can't get caught. They smarter than the police, they smarter than everybody, and go out here and do this stupid shit and the whole time be on camera because they on Instagram recording it.
yeah.
It's
And
just be
once
a
again,
drill. Or they gonna
right?
rap about it.
Yeah, and I mean,
They gonna put it in a song.
yeah, and this is why YFN Lucci, even after the Thug, and I don't know when. Obviously, they shot that interview, but that could have been before Thug and all that and all this. But it still ties into them trying to appease that crowd of people, like you saying, Mayor Socrates, that you know they essentially they're trying to appease a certain crowd of listeners. And really, man, you just need to make hits. If you make hits, you good. You want to get TikTok
You
rocking
want to
with
hear
you.
the music?
You
Fact.
know,
Shit
once
gotta be
once
catchy. Something to catch my ear.
yeah. Like I
Yeah.
said, stay on the
Anything
YFN
past that, I
Lucci.
don't give a fuck. Yep.
Right, YFN Lucci, stay on the gunner. I mean, look at what Gunner's doing, bro. That's all. If you coming up out of Atlanta or any rapper from anywhere, but particularly Atlanta, look at what Gunner's done. Gunner done went to the booth. He done made albums people really like him. People are bumping. Nobody's saying this stuff is whack. People want to listen to it. People want to feature with him. You saying certain people. I done seen whole Vlad interviews of people saying, "Oh, I forgot what rapper. I think it was a Chicago rapper, Tay 600. I think that's his name. He's saying, "Oh yeah, I ain't gonna do a song with Gunna because he a rap, but I kind of wanted to do the song." And so he got all people all they wishy washy. They don't know what to do. They don't know how to go about so much stuff because
But
they trying to protect the image so much. When really they got to realize you're a rapper at this point. You are a rapper, and for
but
you to put
you know the smartest thing that I ever seen Kodak do is when he did that song with the boy that snitched. And when they said something to him about it, man said, "That's y'all rap, not mine. $1 million is $1 million. I don't care who give it to me."
Yeah, I think that was
That's
Takashi 6ix9ine. That was Takashi
Takashi
six
69,
nine,
yeah.
wasn't it? Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
Takashi 6ix9ine.
And
Yeah,
that's the smartest thing I ever seen that boy do.
yeah,
But that's what the rest of them need to take. Stop worrying about what they supposedly have done and all that. Man, take that
yeah,
money.
yeah. I mean, you in the rap game. You in there to make music. Like you in there to make music. I understand that. I understand if you feel like you need to be solid in this, that, and the third. But I mean, I'm just gonna keep it a bean. So many people worship Jay Z, for instance. Let's just get the whole snitching thing out the door. To be honest, so many people worship Jay Z, Sean Carter, but he gave Rock Nation over to Desiree Perez. If you know anything about Desiree Perez from Rock Nation, she
Informant.
was a confidential
Federal
informant in the
inform.
yeah, for the FBI in the '90s, so she could get off of some drug situation. She was, and I don't think she ever really left being an informant for them. You know what I'm saying? So you got one of the biggest labels in the world, and management for real manages all kinds of artists that talk about the streets, talk about all types of hustling and street situations, being managed and being spearheaded by a federal informant. And it's known, like this is facts. It's been known since 2019, 2020 when she took over Rock Nation. You know what I'm saying? So all y'all trying to protect the
And
code, Jay-Z right there
has
next
that
to
hurt?
somebody that
Has that
done.
hurt Jay Z? Has that hurt
No, it
Jay Z's
hasn't.
image?
And never heard of Jay-Z image, and Jay-Z is looked at King Hustler by so many people from all different parts of the United States and all around the world, Jay-Z is looked at as the king hustler, getting money and doing this and doing that. And it never hurt Jay-Z, even though he has Desiree Perez running the game right now, running the show. That talked. So I don't know, man. The rap game to me is really compromised with that, man. People upholding the code that's not even upheld by the number one hustler, the hustler rapper.
Yeah, it's a code that basically don't exist.
No, it don't. But it's being used to brainwash people on some, to be real. Like I'm not saying I'm not saying that if you're in the streets to not uphold these rules, because you do the time, you do the crime, right? And that's the thing. A lot of these guys don't want to do the time, but that's where the code essentially nobody respects it anymore because don't nobody want to do the time. But shout out to YFN Lucci. I hope Buddy dropped some dope music going forward because I liked his music before he went in. I thought he was one of the Atlanta rappers in his era and around his time, 2017, 2018. I was dropping some fly music. I like his harmony style with the singing and, mixed with the rapping. I always kind of liked that. I always thought that was pretty fly. So hope he drops some dope music, man, and don't get caught up in trying to show how tough he is, man. Just get up in the booth, bro. That's all people really want at this point, some good music. So we're going to see if you drop that,
Well said. I agree. Because that's all I care about in the music, nigga. I don't care about you dumb niggas out here trying to shoot up each other over what. And ain't all y'all bloods? Like, that part don't make sense to me. And I know it's all these hybrid games everywhere, this and that. But I like what somebody said. I think you said that at this point, you rich, dude. Whatever you had going on back then, let that shit go. Let that shit go, bro. Real talk. Like you got to elevate at some point. You know what I'm saying? So YFN Lucci was way doper than Young Thug. Even though Young Thug has a couple of songs, you know what I'm saying? But YFN Lucci had a classic mixtape series, Wish Me Well. That's gonna go crazy. But and then he had big commercial hits. He had one with a P&B Rock.
What's called Amigos.
With Amigos. Yeah. So he had some big hits. If he can get back to that form, we'll see. But like you said, all I care about is the music, man. Drop the good music, bro. Stop with all this old extra ass shit. First off, another thing with the whole gang thing, YSL. I don't feel sorry for none of you niggas. I wish some of y'all would have went on to jail because you had Young Thug, a nigga wearing a dress and painting his fingernails as y'all boss. Well, not even boss, but as your OG. All you niggas deserve to be wherever them white folk gave y'all. Like, real talk. Yep. Including Woody. Ooh. All along. So, I'll leave it there. Anything else y'all got?
That's it with me, man.
Yeah, that's all.
Hello, I'm JJ the Boss, and welcome to the Game Changer podcast, where we break it all down from the latest news and sports world events, politics, and much more. If you're looking for real conversations, powerful insights, and perspectives that challenge the norm, you're in the right spot. Each episode, we dive deep, keep it raw and real because we're not just talking about the game, we're changing it. So lock in, subscribe, and get ready. This is the Game Changer podcast, and the change starts now.